Ladies and gentlemen, Atlantic City's Tropicana Casino Hotel is proud to present to you tonight Mr. Marc Antonelli.
Welcome to Celebrity Talk. My name's Joe Polito, and we're here with somebody extremely special. We want you to meet him, and you're going to enjoy him as much as we enjoyed watching his show. Here at the Tropicana, Mr. Marc Antonelli. Marc, thanks so much for having us here, and we appreciate it. The show was unbelievable.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, just tell us a few things. Now, where are you from originally?
Austin, Texas. I was adopted in August 1st, 1987, in Austin, Texas. So, I've been. I was adopted at 2 months, and my parents brought me to Boston, and here I am. So, it's a remarkable story of what happened.
Yeah, I'm anxious to hear that. Now, it's amazing. You went from Boston, and basically you made it from Boston to Atlantic City.
I did.
When did you realize that you had this voice inside you?
I was 17. I'm 23 now. I was 17 in high school. I just literally opened my mouth because I had nothing else to do, because I had a shoulder surgery and for my pitching arm. And I just had nothing else to turn to, so I was in the car one day with my mom, opened my mouth to sing, and the rest is history.
You know, it's amazing because now that after hearing you sing, we get to realize the power in your voice. What made you decide that you wanted to get into show business?
It was actually a sway from my vocal coach, Martina Ferrante. I was very skeptical on being a musician and being a singer because the market's so tight, for the music business. So she encouraged me to try opera, and that's exactly what I did. I auditioned for the Boston Conservatory, and I got in, and I spent a year there and got my opera training. And from there I went to Berklee College of Music, where I spent the rest of my 4 years, and I got my degree in vocal performance.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's exactly what I was going to ask you next.
Yeah.
Where did you get that training? Yeah.
That's
So,
exactly
Berklee.
Berklee College of Music, yeah.
Which is in Boston.
In Boston.
That's fantastic, man. Tell us a little bit of what you did before you started singing. What line of work were you in?
I had every job under the book, but the most recently, 6 months ago, I was at Target in Massachusetts.
Say that again.
Yeah, I was in Target, working at Target.
I'm having a little trouble with my ears here.
Yeah.
Target, as in the warehouse.
I was a shelf stocker at Target.
No,
I'd be sitting there and I was going, Vendalune, mezzo mare, mamma mia, molto bene. Just kind of doing that. So.
This is really something where dreams are made of, and you're living it right now. This is incredible. This just doesn't happen. With your show, I noticed you had a beautiful young lady who sang with you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're going to bring her on a little bit later.
Sure,
it would be
yeah.
wonderful. And it was Stephanie Chiafalo.
Yep.
Now, I happened to hear her sing before on the Patti Latanzi and the Billy Carlucci and the Gang Show.
Sure.
And she was absolutely fantastic.
Yep. That's where we saw her. That's where we saw her maybe a month ago sing at Philomena's there.
Yes, at Philomena's
yeah.
in West Berlin, New Jersey.
Yeah, and we saw her singing, and that was it, man. We were just like, we need her in the show, because it was really the weird how it happened, because we were going to do a song called Nessun Dorma, which is an big opera piece, and we really wanted to incorporate a duet, but we just didn't know who to find. It was a short time coming, there was time was of the essence, So what happened was we happened to be going out to dinner, and we saw Stephanie, and that was it. We went up to her, we asked her if she was interested in performing on the big stage at the Tropicana, and she accepted, and we auditioned her, and she's on stage with me, man.
Well, you know what? I feel, and I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. You hit a home run with her because she's got the looks and the talent.
She really does. I think we definitely hit it home. We hit it hard because that's a talent like hers is very unusual to find, especially when you're just going out to dinner, you know, and just seeing her perform and her stage presence, we knew she was the one.
Did you ever think, now, you're from Target in Boston, correct? Is that where you were?
Yeah.
And how did you get the ride to Atlantic City, though? I mean, really, what really occurred that brought you here?
Well, I used to sing maybe once or twice a month. And around Christmas time, I was at the Boston Winery singing for a Christmas event there. And my manager now, Francesca Santoro, but not at the time, was there, just happened to be there. And she heard my voice. She came up to me and said, you ever been to Atlantic City? And I said, nope. I can get you there. I can make you big in there. I was like, all right, let's do it. But I mean, of course, you know, I was very skeptical because, you know how many people come up to me and say, I can make you a star. You're going to be this, you're going to be this, you're going to be that. But I just decided to go for it. And literally 2 weeks later, I was in Atlantic City with my father having a lunch at the Chelsea Hotel across the street, and just talking about where to go from here. And it was my dream. What she had to offer me was my dream. So there was no thinking twice. I took the chance. I packed everything up, and I came here.
You know, it's amazing, your selection of songs from Sinatra, Bublé.
Yep.
Of course, I guess you would say Mario Lanza.
Yep.
Also Bocelli.
Yep.
So you've really picked a wide range of songs to sing. And the fact that you pulled it off is something that you should be really proud of yourself.
I mean, it's been a rough, tough 6 months. You know, from leaving my family, leaving my girl at home, and leaving everything like that. So, but I feel that it was the right time. It was the right moment, and with the help from my vocal coach Sal Dupree, he helped me with the song selections and the choices, and really creating that diverse cross between pop and opera. So,
well, you know, you mentioned it was a rough 6 months.
Yeah.
That's what's amazing, because we're only talking about 6 months.
Yeah, and it's
where people in this business, including myself, it's been a dozen years or more.
Sure. Yep.
What you've accomplished is just truly amazing in such a short time. You know, where do you expect yourself to be in another year from now?
Well, we do have to take it one step at a time. So right now we are in the Tropicana. We hopefully have a few more dates coming up in November and December in the lounge. And in January and February, we'll be back in the showroom here at the Tropicana for 20 dates in January and 20 dates in February.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So after February, though, it's just one step at a time. The goal is to, after Atlantic City, we hit Vegas. So.
Congratulations. That's wonderful. Now, I understand in the New York Times newspaper and the Philadelphia Daily News, you've been compared to Pavarotti.
Yeah.
You've been compared to Andre Bocelli.
Yep.
And Mario Lanza.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear that, when you read it, how does that make you feel? Because, you know, we're talking about the greats of all time. Not to exclude Caruso, but, you know, how do you feel when you hear that? Because, you know, that's something after 6 months that nobody should be hearing, yet you have.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It's an absolute dream come true. I mean, my idols are exactly the people that you just mentioned: Luciano Pavarotti, Mario Lanza, Andrea Bocelli, Enrico Caruso, and they're just the people that I looked up to singing when I started. You know, so being compared to them and just having my name in the same slew of names in that genre is just unbelievable.
Another thing that I really am impressed by, you're not trying to sing like any of them. You have your own style. In this business, all we could ask is to do the song justice. You not only have done each of your songs justice, but you've done it extremely well. So is there people out there that try to compare you to singing like Sinatra? And because if they're doing that, that's not doing you justice. What you do, you're creating your own style. And that's what's important in making it. That's going to give you longevity. So, you know, congratulations on that as well.
Thank you.
I understand that you were also in the 10 show in Philadelphia.
I was, yeah. That was a dream and a half, because I've never the only TV show I've been on are the the local community channels in my little hometown of Atantic, Massachusetts. So seeing the big NBC studios and the production that goes through and the rehearsals and all that stuff, it was unbelievable. So
I have to imagine that. Now, I know it's only been 6 months, and I keep saying 6 months because it's unheard of.
Yeah.
Now, just tell us, within those 6 months, some of the places that you have performed. Where have you actually had to sing before you got here?
Sure. I had to sing at in Boston, the Boston Wineries, Symphony Hall in Boston, and here the Tropicana, Taj Mahal. Now we're coming up with the Arena in Philadelphia, the 10 show. I mean, my exposure has been unbelievable in the 6 months, and that's what it's been all about. It's just the more gigs and the more shows that I do, all the festivals in Philadelphia and all the festivals here in Atlantic City that they have. It's just been all about exposure, and that's where more gigs come and more gigs come. So that's where I've basically been doing for the past 6 months.
Well, I'd like to ask you this question because this is obviously going to be in your future. I know that eventually you would have in your sights to sing and perform in Europe. In Europe, you would be a big hit, of course, because you're right up their alley. I mean, they'll fill stadiums for you. And is that something you'd like to see sooner or later? Is there a time factor involved where you'd like to get a little more experience before you take on Europe and the rest of the U.S.? What do you think about that?
Well, there is definitely kind of a time where I want to develop a following, and I think that's what's the most important right now, is to develop a following in the area that we're in now. So in Atlantic City right now, in Philadelphia, the surrounding states around there, I think the East Coast, is our first goal, and then maybe after that we can travel to Italy, because Italy, Europe, stuff like that. Because I think that in Italy and over in Europe, I think that I would need a following to follow me there. You know what I mean? So I think one step at a time would have to be.
Well, I think the way Patrizio Bolani is accepted here, on the East Coast especially, and parts of Europe, I don't see that being a problem for you. You have every bit as much talent.
But Patrizio is also one of my favorites.
Exactly.
Patrizio Bolani he's unbelievable. He actually came to Berkeley when I was studying there. He came and did a concert, and I went backstage and I met him and everything like that. And so it was.
Oh, you're one up on me.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, when I perform, I sing several of his songs. Il Mondo.
Oh, Il Mondo.
Isn't that a beautiful song?
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But Patrizio, when I actually just kind of heard from him like last year, and I saw his version of Mambo Italiano.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, this guy is it, man. This guy is fantastic.
Well, you have that talent right now as well, and I know you agree. You still need a little more, let's say, a little bit more experience under your belt. But what you've accomplished right now is something that it takes 10, 15 years in the business, and you're showing it already. So congratulations, and I want to make sure that our audience out there on Celebrity Talk gets to see a lot more of you. I'm sure they will in the future, and thank you. You were very gracious.
Thank you very much.
You're a fantastic singer.
Thank you very much.
And listen, take care.
Thank you very much.
That's it for Celebrity Talk, and we're going to see you soon. Take care.
Hai comprato per strada adesso sì, con te all'orizzonte mancano le parole e io sì tu sei con me, tu mia luna, tu sei qui con me, io sono e tu sei